Okay. Uh, Good morning, students. In this session, we are going to start with our first unit, that is slope deflection method. Okay. And it is this method is used for analysis of indeterminate beams. Slope deflection method is introduced by George Manny in 1915. Relates to end movements with the rotation, settlements, etc. of beams and frames. Okay, so this method was invented by George Manny in 1915, and he this method is useful for finding out for end movements, rotations, settlements, etc. for beams and frames. Okay, the study of this method is useful for following reasons. It provides an excellent background for study of moment distribution method. So this moment distribution method is we are going to see in the next unit. Okay, so our second unit is moment distribution method, and this slope deflection method is the background uh, uh, required for moment distribution method. It also provides an effective background for study of matrix methods of structural analysis, and it is a special case of displacement method. So as we know, there are two types of methods or our structural analysis uh, methods are distributed in two groups. Okay, first is force method and second one are displacement method. So slope deflection method is a displacement method of analysis. Okay, so the most important part or most highlighting part that we always uh, uh, we get confused or we'll do some silly mistakes in sign conventions. Okay, for that purpose I have separately added this sign convention part in the starting of this session. So movement at end of member. Okay, at end of member will be considered negative if it tend to rotate the member in clockwise direction, that means about the joint. The resisting moment of joint will be anti-clockwise. So, so first of all, consider there is a fixed beam and it, that end movements or because of some externally applied load and because of the internal stresses, the end member of the movement at end member is considered as negative if it tend to rotate that particular beam in clockwise direction. Okay, just remember, for this is limited for end member. Okay, for finding end movements. Okay, so if that particular end member, yeah, movement at the end member uh, is trying to rotate the particular end member in clockwise direction, then that movement will be considered as negative. And as we know, there is a equal action for every reaction. Okay, for every reaction there is equal and opposite. For every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So the resisting moment at joint will be in anti-clockwise direction. So that effect will be nullified here. Okay, same if the end member will be considered, movement at the end member will be considered positive if it tend to rotate the member in anti-clockwise direction about the joint, and resisting movement of joint will be considered as clockwise. Okay, so these are the this is most important part for end movement. And if there is a settlement of support, settlement means sinking or some deflection of beam. Okay, with a particular delta. Okay, delta. So that settlement or sinking means the downward displacement or upward displacement of a beam because of externally applied movements or because of internal stresses. There is some settlement of beam. It means deflection. Okay, so that for that settlement of support, there is again uh, different sign conventions. When there is a settlement of supports, the beam rotates. The rotation of beam is considered positive when the beam rotates in clockwise direction and vice versa. Okay, if the settlement or if the beam rotates in clockwise direction, that settlement movement is considered as positive, and if that beam is rotates in anti-clockwise direction, that movement is considered as negative. Okay, This is simple for settlement of support. Now just see here for end movements. Just see this diagram. Okay, this is fixed beam and this is the deflection of beam because of these end movements. The applied loads tend to rotate end A of beam in clockwise direction. Okay, this is in clockwise direction. Okay, and therefore, if the beam rotates in clockwise direction, that end moment will be considered as negative. Okay, so that's why MAB, movement at AB, is considered as negative, and resisting movement is anti-clockwise. So this is resisting movement, and this is considered as anti-clockwise. It means positive. Similarly, movement BA to the right end of B tend to rotate beam in anti-clockwise direction. So this movement is trying to rotate beam in this trying to rotate beam in anti-clockwise direction. That's why this movement is considered as positive, and resisting movement is considered as clockwise. Okay. Next, settlement of support we are trying to I'm trying to show here. So see this is the settlement of support, okay, at B. Okay, so there is a settlement of support at B, and this is the theta is rotation and this delta is deflection. So we consider this delta amount, particular mm or centimeter, as the deflection or settlement of beam. Okay, the settlement at support B, the whole beam is rotated in clockwise direction. Due to settlement of support at B, the whole beam is rotated in clockwise direction. Thus, the rotation due to settlement shall be considered as positive. The value is given by delta by L. Okay, so this just consider this direction of movement. So this is trying to or consider this theta, and this is considered as positive because this settlement movement due to settlement is in clockwise direction. So that's why this is considered as positive here. Okay, and that settlement is taken as delta by L. So moving towards the highlighting part or main part of actual our unit, slope deflection method. So there are two slope deflection. Also there are slope deflection equations which are very easy to remember and which are very easy to find. Okay, so we are going to find out the end movements. We are going to find out theta. Okay, the rotation, and also we are going to find out the settlement of support if any settlement is there present in the beam. Okay, so because of by using this slope deflection equation we can find end moments. Okay, so suppose consider this beam, fixed beam. So we are going to find out MAB and MBA, then rotation theta A and theta B. So this is rotation and final movements at support. Okay, so because of this settlement or because of this rotation, there will be some change in the actual movements. Okay, so there are basically just remember two type of movements we are going to determine here. First one is fixed end movements. So this fixed end movements are because of totally end condition. There is suppose end condition and applied load, and because of this rotation theta A and theta B, we are going to find out some final movement at the support. Okay, so this is the actually our outcome, or this will be the outcome of our slope deflection equation. So basically there is a one new one minute. Basically there is one equation, or there is one simple simplification of this slope deflection equation. So so I will give you that equation or that simplification in detail in PDF form. I have solved that, but due to time being I have taken directly here movements Okay, MAB and MBA, and these are the final slope deflection equations. Okay, so final slope deflection equations are 2EI by L in bracket 2 theta A plus theta B minus 3 delta by L plus FEM AB. So FEM AB is fixed end movement at A to B, and this is the slope deflection equation. This 3 delta by L is the sinking of support or settlement of support, and these are the rotations if there any present, and this is the overall slope deflection equation. Similarly, this is for MAB from A to B, and from B to M there is a little bit change. Here theta A is replaced with theta B, and FEM AB is replaced with FEM BA. So there these movements will be plus and minus nature. The magnitude will be same, but the sign convention or movement of or nature of movement will be different, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Okay, so these are the final slope deflection equations. Now these are the simple basic steps to solve the slope deflection problem or numerical. Okay, steps to solve the problem. First we have to find out the degree of kinematic indeterminacy, means how many unknowns are there, and we are interested in finding those unknowns. So because the unknowns may be rotations at A and B, or rotation at supports if there, because of the nature of uh, or because of the support nature. Okay, fixed end, hinge, roll. Okay, then next step is to find the fixed end movements. And then next step afterwards is slope deflection equation. Okay, then joint equilibrium, then solving simultaneous equations, then support movement calculation, BMD and SFD, shear force bend and bending moment diagram is the final outcome. Okay, so up to this part we have to solve this numerical, and these steps are very easy, simple. Okay, so we'll see actually one numerical, and then you will get clear about what actually slope deflection equation is. Okay. Okay, this question was asked in our NSEM exam June 2019. So analyze the continuous beam by slope deflection method and draw BMD, bending moment diagram. Okay, so this beam is one end of beam is fixed. This is hinge. And this is sorry. This is roller, and this is also roller. AB is loaded with a UDL of 50 kilonewton per meter, and E, so that I, moment of inertia, is 3 times I. Okay, and here it is 2 times I in BC part of beam, and it is loaded with a point load at centrally loaded point load 120 kilonewton. Okay, this is the our problem statement. Okay, so step 1 is finding out the degree of kinematic indeterminacy. So before actual starting the degree of kinematic indeterminacy, just consider because of this fixed end there will be 3 unknowns present. Okay, first one is movement at A, then horizontal reaction and vertical reaction at support A because of this fixed end support. Then because of this roller there will be only one reaction, and that is vertical in nature, because it is provided vertically downward, so there will be a reaction vertically upward. So there will be uh, what is the degree of kinematic indeterminacy. So because this is we are interested in finding out degree of kinematic indeterminacy. So here there will be theta A, but because theta A or rotation at A. Okay, but because of this fixed end movement there will not be any rotation. Okay, so just consider or just remember this thing: when there is a fixed end movement there will be the rotation at that particular support will be 0. Okay, that's why theta A will be 0. Now moving towards the support or point B, there will be rotation because of this uh, reaction. Okay, so that rotation is theta B, and also there will be one rotation at C, so that is theta C. So there are total two unknowns, or total two degree of kinematic indeterminacy is 2, that is theta B and theta B. So we are interested in finding out this unknowns theta B and theta C here. Now next step, or moving towards the next step, that is finding out slope deflection equation, and finding out fixed end movement. So as we know, there is one table I will give you um, for finding out fixed end movements. Okay, so if just consider this diagram provided here. So this is AB, and we are going to fix that support by using simply supported. Okay, we are using this formulas, or this fixed end moment part uh, provided for UDL, loaded with UDL. So the movement at U, so because of this UDL on the entire beam, there will be movement at AB and movement at BA. So this considered here. So this movement is trying to rotate the particular beam in clockwise direction, in anti-clockwise direction. So that's why this movement at AB is considered as negative WL square by 12. Okay, so W is 50, uh, L is 6, and divided by 12. So minus 150 kilonewton meter is the fixed end moment at AB. So similarly, this moment is trying to rotate this beam in clockwise direction. That's why this W square by 12, W square by 12. Okay. So here moving towards the point load at BC span. So MBC and MCB. So this movement is point load, fixed end movement is WL by 8, WL by 8. So this is minus, this is negative, this is plus, positive. Okay. So moving towards the slope deflection equations to the member AB. So we know the slope deflection equation for the member AB. So for member AB, there is a fixed end, there is a reaction, there is a movement because of this fixed end, FEM AB plus 2 EI by L in bracket 2 theta A plus theta B minus 3 delta by L. So this movement 150 negative 2 E, I is 3 times I given, and this L is span AB 6 meter, and as we know, there will not be any rotation at A. That's why, because of fixity at A, that's why theta is equals to 0. So this is 0 plus theta B minus 3 delta by L is the deflection or sinking of support. But in our numerical, they have not given, as there is, or they have not mentioned the particular amount of sinking or deflection. So that's why we'll consider this term as 0. Okay. So there will, this is only unknown theta B for the member AB. Okay. So therefore, by solving this, MAB is equals to minus 150 plus theta B into EI. Similarly, for uh, member AB, there is a movement for member BA, B2A. Okay, FEM BA plus 2 EI by L. Here 2 times theta B plus theta A minus 3 delta by L. Okay, so theta is 0. This is also 0. This movement is considered as positive here. So 2 EI theta by E into 3I. This is the I is given as 3 times of I divided by 6 meter span is there. Yes, this is the equation 1 and this is equation 2 for member AB. And moving towards member BC, slope deflection equation will be FEM BC plus 2 EI by L in bracket 2 theta B plus theta C minus 3 delta by L. Okay, so here because there is a roller support, so that's why this theta b is also there, and theta c, rotation at b and rotation at c is there. So these are the two unknowns we are interested in finding out. So FEM-BC is minus 60 WL by 8. Okay, 2E, I is given as 2 times of I, and L is 4 meter span for member BC. Okay, so this is the modification in this equation. This is equation 3. Similarly, for member CB, sorry, moving towards C to B, FEM CB plus 2EI by L plus 2 theta C plus theta B minus 3 delta by L. So this is the simplification. This is equation 3. This is equation 4. So these are the slope deflection equations for member AB and for member B to C. Now moving towards the step 4, that is joint equilibrium. So as we know, for equilibrium of joints, or for becoming stable joint, we'll consider at moment at joints is equals to 0. Okay, so this is our basic equilibrium condition, that is moment at joints or moment at to connection point will be 0. Why this is 0? To maintain the equilibrium. Okay, so for joint or for point B, there are two spans meeting up. Consider this B part, B to A and B to C. So movement at B, that is MBA plus MBC is equals to 0. So we will substitute the values that we have got, or the equation that we have got from slope deflection equation, MBA and MBC, to this equilibrium joint equilibrium equation is equals to 0 we'll put here. So this is the equation, this is the derivation for MBA, and this is for MBC. So we'll substitute a particular value, and by solving this we have got this equation number 5. Similarly, at joint C, there is only one member meeting, MCB is equals to 0. So we'll substitute this particular equation, and here is equals to 0. We have got this equation 6. So solving this equation 5 and 6 simultaneously by using calculator in equation mode, we'll get these values. Okay, so substituting value of theta, so we have got this value in terms of this unknown theta b and theta c. Okay, so we'll substitute these values in slope deflection equation, and we'll get this particular values for final movements. Okay, now if we are interested in find, if they have given as E is equals to some particular, that means 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square, and I will be some value, okay, in mm raised to 4. So we'll get the value of actual value of theta b and theta c. Okay, so but here we have got these final movements. Okay, and then in the last part of the question, they have asked about the draw bending moment diagram. So this is the bending moment diagram drawn by using principle of superposition. Principle of superposition is simple. That means we are attaching, or we are drawing two diagrams, or we are drawing two bending moment diagrams in one particular diagram, that is a net bending moment. Okay, so we just consider this red part first. So because of this UDM, there is a maximum bending moment WL square by 8. Okay, so this value we have got, and the nature will be this. Okay, and because of this point load at center, there will be a maximum bending moment is equals to WL by 4. Okay, it is in triangular nature. Because of point load, there will be movement in triangular, or there is a first degree linear equation, linear diagram, and this is a parabolic figure. Okay, and this black part is because of the final movements that we have got here. So this is the net bending moment. This is the one overall numerical that we have drawn or that we have solved here. Okay. So if you have any doubts regarding this particular numerical or slope deflection equation, you can uh, share, or you can message me on WhatsApp or in the comment box. Okay. Thank you.